Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today we are going to learn about what is project, folders and organization. So let's start with project and let's see how Google documentation has defined its definition. So here you can see any Google Cloud resources that you allocate and use must belong to a project. That means let's say if you want to create any kind of services, or if you want to use any VM instances, or want to create BigQuery table, big data, etc., etc. So whatever the service that you want to use, that must belong to any project. Without the project, Google Cloud will not allow to create or use any services, because that's how it works. Apart from this, a project is made up of settings, permission, and other metadata that describe your application. Resources within a single project can work together easily, for example, by communicating through an internal network subject to the regions and zones rule. What it means, let's say you have selected one project and you want to create multiple networks, which can be VPC network, for example. And let's say if you have created multiple VPC network and you want them to communicate with each other, so you don't have to use any external services like VPC peering or shared VPC. Instead, you can grab the internal IP, and with those internal IP, you can communicate with them. So that will, decrease your extra efforts for communicating with the VPC. So this is one advantage that you will get by using the project. Now project has some format. So let's say this is the project name, my first project, this is project number, and this is project ID. So in our case, project name and project ID will be useful in most of the scenarios. Like if you want to set any particular zones or any region, then we have to use project ID in that particular thing, that we will see in upcoming videos. So if you want to check the list of the project, then you can just go here and select the drop down, and you will see the list of project. Right now I only have one project, which is created by default when we set up our account. So this is the project name and this is the project ID. And if you want to create new project, then you can select from here, just click on new project and you will get a project name. Let's say if I want to create demo project, and here you can see it is taking automatically project ID, Sunny Amisery. So this is basically decided by the system itself, but we can change it. You can go to edit and let's say if I want to give demo project 1 2 3, so you can give it like this, but this is not available because maybe in past someone has used it and this cannot be reused in the future. So maybe I have to give something unique that has not been used in the past. So demo project 1 2 3. Project ID can have lowercase, digits and hyphen. It must start with a lowercase letter and with a letter or number. It should be okay. Yeah, demo 1 2 3. So this project ID is available. You can define as per your convenience. So this is how it looks like. And here organization. So basically if you browse it, then you will see here no organization, because my account is not linked with any particular organization. So let's say if we are working for any particular XYZ company, then that company has purchased some Google Suite G Suite account, for which they will have an email ID, something like, let's say my name is Dhruvin. So Dhruvin at the rate abc.com or at the rate company.com. So if you're accessing from that email ID, then you will definitely see an organization here, because they have purchased the Google Suite and you're accessing from that particular ID. So right now I don't have I have a personal ID, so you will not see anything here, but that's fine. Okay, this is it, created, and it is trying to create a project. Okay, so if you just click here, okay, maybe, yeah, it is here, demo project. All right. Okay, so one thing is very important that we have to learn about the resource hierarchy. So let's just quickly go to the diagram and see what is it. So here on top you can see the organization, and that organization can be your company, and your company has multiple folders like department. um, you can have different teams, you have a products, and that particular product can have different projects like development, test, production, and that particular project can contain the different resources, like as we discussed earlier, that uh, all of the resources that you create that must belong to any project, right? So this is how the hierarchy will look like, and you can definitely modify your own hierarchy depending on your requirement. Okay, so now let's try to understand about access policy. So you can define policy on organization level, on folders level, and on the project levels, and itself on particular resources level as well. So what do I mean is, let's say if I am giving any policy on the organization, so all the child nodes, so this is basically a parent, and this all are child. So if I assign any policy here, then all the child components or nodes will automatically access that particular policy. So this is how an policy will work, and here the define one example. So let me just quickly explain you what it is. So let's say if we have defined any policy here on department Y to any person called Bob at the example.com, which is working for this company. So if I am giving a project editor to Bob at the example.com, then he can access all the child hierarchy, like team A, team B, product 1, product 2, and this all the project, and with this resources as well. So he can access all this stuff because we have provided the permission is at this level. So this is basically a parent, and this basically a child, right? Now the second example they have provided is, let's say if you assign instance admin role on this test project to Alice at the example.com. So Alice is basically another person who is working for the same organization, but I'm assigning the instance admin role for this particular project only. And instance admin role, basically it means that you can only access this compute engine instances. You will not this Alice person cannot access app engine or a cloud storage bucket or any other projects or any other product or organization itself. So this is how the hierarchy will follow, and you can learn more from this particular link. I will provide you the link in the description so you can all go through it. Okay, so now let me go back to the console, and we will create few instances in the demo project and my first project, and let's see how it works. So let's go back to compute engine, select the VM instances. So remember, to use any services you have to enable APIs. without enabling API you can't use any service. So that's how it works. Let's wait for it. Okay, so we are done with the enabling API. Let uh, okay, here we are. So after enabling API you can see this page as a VM instance. So now let's create one instance. We don't have to worry about this configuration, that we will see in my upcoming videos. So now let's just accept it by default and create it. Okay, so it is now creating here in this demo project. Now let me also create one more instance in the different project, my first project. Okay, so here let's create it, and I will give one any different name, demo. Accept it as default. Let's create it. Okay, so maybe one thing you have noticed, that when we selected this project from demo project, so whatever the instance we have created in the demo project is not visible here, right? Because it implies that particular definition that whatever the resource you create, that will belong to a single project. So for demo, it is belonging to this my first project. And if you go to the demo project, then you will see the instance one that we have created. So there would be no overlapping of your resources from one project to another. So it will be very easy to, like, if you want to manage your resources. So this is kind of useful. Okay, now if you want to delete your project, then you can go to manage resources. Okay, here you can see we have a demo project and we have my first project. So let's say if I want to delete this demo project, you can click on delete, and you will notice something here that the project will be scheduled to be deleted after 30 days. However, some resource may be deleted much earlier. So what it means, when you proceed with the deletion, it will not delete immediately, it will delete after the 30 days from now. So that is beneficial, because let's say if you want to restore that particular project, then you can definitely restore within 30 days. So this have one advantage. But now let's proceed to shutdown, and we'll see what happens next. Okay, so now you can see this demo project is now shut down and scheduled to be deleted after Feb 7. So this particular demo project will not visible now in your particular GCP platform, and will be deleted after Feb 7. So you can check it from resource pending deletion. If you go here, okay, you can see this demo project which I have deleted, and even you can restore from here. So if you restore it, it will just simply restore back to its the project list. But we don't need it right now, so that's fine. So if you go back to home, and if you click here, so it is not gone, that means the page is not refreshed. Just refresh the page. Click one more time and it's gone. Okay, so that's how it works. Okay, so that's it from my end. this video ends here, and if you have anything for me, just feel free to comment down on my video. And if you find this video useful, then please do like, share with your colleagues or friends those who want to move to Google Cloud or any other cloud. And definitely subscribe the channel if you like my videos. Yep, see you then.